Hello guys, thank you for joining me for another video today. I appreciate everyone who's been checking out my videos and all of the new subscribers. It means a lot to me that you chose and you choose to tune into the messages that I have to share and the teachings that I have to share. Because my goal is to help those wake up. Help those wake up to truth and escape the chains that have been holding you down for so long of this material world. And today I want to talk about what it actually feels like to wake up from the matrix. What it actually feels like to escape the material world. What it feels like to wake up to truth. It doesn't matter how you say it. You can call it a million different names. I will always tell you that language and the descriptions and labels that I use are not important. They are not as important as actually experiencing it. Because everything that I teach and share with you guys, it is not religion. It is not a theory or a concept. I'm not asking you to blindly trust me. I'm trying to point you to what your direct experience will show you if you look deep enough. But sometimes we look, but we are so blinded and stuck in the material world that even looking, we cannot see what is revealed to us. And that's what happened with me for so long. But when you finally do discover truth, when you finally wake up to what is undeniably real and what you are and what everything is, what does that actually feel like? What does it feel like? Well, once again, I need to preference this that I can only tell you my experience. My experience may be similar to others, and it may be similar to what you experience if you have woken up or when you do awaken. Well, first off, I just want to say, when you wake up, when you discover truth for what it is, unchanging and unwavering truth, undeniable truth, I say that because when you discover it, you realize how undeniable it is. And undeniable is extremely powerful. And I understand that it's just a word. But what is extremely powerful about it is that, and why we call it truth and why I say truth and undeniable, is because when you discover it, when you see it, you know that this is the only way that it can be. It has always been this way. And no matter how much suffering you go through, truth never changes. There is simply a veil over truth. So truth never changes, no matter how much it may feel like it, no matter how much anxiety may be there, no matter how much stress, how much worry, or how much confusion may be there. Truth never changes, and you discover that when you finally awaken to it. When I finally discovered truth, now I need to preface this again, guys, I probably only have discovered truth as it is without the muddying up of truth within the past 3 months. And I mean that because I've been on this spiritual journey, spiritual discovery for years, for about 3 years now. There was always so much confusion or back and forth. I would get glimpses of what I was trying to discover. I would get a quick peek into it, and it would sit with me for a little while, but it always seemed to fade. And I would be back within the denial of truth, within the anxiety, within the stress, within the fear. And that repeated itself for a while. And it actually became a little bit unhealthy because I would try to hang on and grasp ideas. And I'm sharing all this with you because some of you may experience this. But I would try to grasp ideas. Time is not real. We're always in the present moment. Force yourself to live in the present moment, and so on. And these things would show me glimpses of like, wow, I never knew that. I never actually knew it was like this. It brought peace. It brought clarity. It brought tranquility. But then when the 3D material world chaos continued, it would feel as if it vanished. And I was once again back struggling. Once again searching. It would feel like searching. But it wasn't until I discovered truth, and this truth happened as I was simply driving. Call it what you want. Maybe that's why I make videos, but I was actually talking out loud and nobody was in the car. And I went through the undeniables that we are given within our experience. And I'll have a separate video going over this that hopefully it will help you directly wake up to truth as well. And when I did this, it showed me the clarity of the undeniable, unwavering, and unchanging nature of this reality. It showed me the undeniable and unchanging nature of what I am and what we all are. And when that full picture connected, it was clear, crystal clear, of how no matter, it's simply, so here we go. What does it feel like to actually wake up? When you discover truth, when you awaken to truth, something clicks, I guess you could say, but it's just the noticing of, I can't believe I overlooked this for so long. I can't believe nobody teaches you about this. And I can't believe that most of us are asleep to this. It's actually quite sad, in a sense, of how truth is always there. But we spend all our lives, majority of everyone and everything on earth, not everything, everyone on earth, partaking in this illusion and believing it to be so real. So what it feels like when it actually clicks is, there's no going back. There's no seeing it any other way. When you see truth experientially, you know that no matter what anxiety may present itself, because sometimes the feelings still present themselves, the emotions still present themselves. But it's like you laugh at it because you're not falling for that. You can't fall for it. I like to use a metaphor as you have truth, but we throw mud on the truth. So the truth gets muddied up and it becomes less clear and sometimes not even noticeable for as long as you can say you've lived your life. But when you make your way through the mud, you don't remove that mud with your hands forcefully. This is a metaphor. You simply notice what is behind the mud, which is truth. And when you notice that doesn't change, the mud clears itself. Now, the mud is the anxiety. The mud is the separation of everything that we assume that we are separate from the grass, from the trees, from the sun, from the earth, from this car, but mainly from every individual. We believe we are separate. We assume this. The separation falls away. The anxiety falls away. The stress falls away. And it becomes very, very clear of how connected we all inherently, all of us and everything are. And it becomes very clear, this is one of the most profound things that I'll get into, of how no matter how far and wide you look, you never find a boundary to this life source that is everything, that is us and everything, and that every single person, thing, only has access to the exact same eternal now. Nobody gets it later or earlier than you. And when you actually notice that, that is one of the most mind-blowing, but astonishing things about human discovery. Because I don't know about you, but I never noticed that. And it's just crazy. So I don't want to make this video too long, but what does it actually feel like when you wake up to the Matrix? Well, you see things for the way they are. And nothing has to be done for truth to occur. Truth never changes, and you see the unchanging of it. And the muddying of truth simply washes away. And a few specks and pieces of dirt may appear back. The emotions may be noticed. The illusion may present itself real for a moment. But when you have discovered truth, when you rest in truth, you know that all there is truth. No matter what, all there is truth. So it feels freeing. It feels like the chains have been broken. It feels like you have grown wings and learned to fly because you have discovered the nature of reality and the nature of yourself. And you have discovered that it is unchanging and unwavering. And you no longer believe the assumptions. You no longer believe the muddying of truth. And you are set free. You're still here. You know that. But you know you are something so much more grand. And we all are more grand and connected than have ever been noticed before. So I encourage you to subscribe if you are not a subscriber. Like the video if you enjoyed the message. And let me help you awaken to truth as we continue this journey. So thank you all for watching this video, and take care and go enjoy what you have access to, the now. Live in it, be it. Goodbye.